Welcome back to Johnny Reads and This Week in Books. This week, I want to tell you about a TV show that's based off one of my favorite characters and book series, and that is Bosch. Now, Bosch is an Amazon show, so if you're not an Amazon Prime member, then you won't be able to watch it or stream it or anything. But I want to tell you about it because season 2 just premiered this month, and it is one of those shows that if you really want to see a realistic portrayal of a detective and not just one of these Law and Order SVU, Criminal Minds, NCIS, CSI, all those shows that are basically the exact same load of garbage, then I think Bosch is a show that you want to hear about. So first off, Bosch is based off of Michael Connelly's Harry Bosch series, which follows Harry Bosch, obviously, an LAPD detective who's a Vietnam War veteran. They changed it a little bit in the show just to make it current, but he's still a war veteran in the show. And he's an LAPD detective. And basically, I can sum up Harry Bosch for you without telling you anything else, is that he has a saying. And his saying is, everybody counts or nobody counts. And what that means to me, and I think what that means to every reader and person who reads his stories, is that if you're going to be in homicide, which he is, shouldn't it be just as important to solve the murder case of a suburban housewife with 2 kids as it is of solving the murder case of a prostitute that nobody cares about? And Harry Bosch is relentless. That is how I can describe him to you. He's relentless in his pursuit of justice. He doesn't do it for the attention. He actually hates the attention. He doesn't do it because it's respectable or anything like that. He does it for every victim. One of the things that I think is an interesting thing to know, his mother was actually murdered. And all these decades later, he's always wanted to solve that case as much or more than any other case that he's ever come across. And he knows that murder book front to back like the back of his hand. And the reason, though, that this show, Bosch, on Amazon is so great is because it doesn't try to dramatize everything and doesn't try to do it just for ratings or add money or all these things that TV shows nowadays do. You know, there's no real star in the show. You know, Jamie Hector, Amy Aquino, Harry Bosch is probably an actor that you've never heard of. The seasons, they only follow one case. So Law and Order SVU, CSI, all these, you have a new case every episode. So basically they're solving a case on screen in 45 minutes. And that's stupid. It's unrealistic completely. Have you ever watched The First 48? It's a show that follows real-life detectives as they're investigating homicides, actually, usually. And they're never solving a case incredibly fast. It's a slow, painstaking process. And as someone who has a degree in criminal justice, obviously my knowledge isn't the same as someone who's working in the system. It's leaps and bounds ahead of someone who is completely out of it and studied something else in college. And so this show, they only do one case each season. So that gives you a whole lot of time to go through everything and to really give you a glimpse into the process that it takes to investigate and solve a murder case. It takes the crime drama and it just puts it at another level that, to me, the only other show that is right there with it is American Crime, which is an ABC miniseries. It's had 2 seasons and they just hit on everything about the criminal justice system as a whole. American Crime does. And Bosch, what they do is they put you into the perspective of a detective. And it puts you into this mindset that solving murder cases isn't easy. It isn't, you know, like this Sherlock Holmes thing where you just light bulb and you solve it or something. Now, I don't know if Sherlock Holmes ever did that. 2 seasons now of Bosch. And both of them, again, they follow one case. And the thing is, Harry Bosch is frequently reprimanded and in trouble with his superiors for how he does things. He's even on trial in season 1. But Harry Bosch always goes about solving a case for the victim. He doesn't disobey rules and laws for himself. He doesn't do it because he's crooked. He doesn't do it for any reason at all other than that he's trying to find justice for that victim, for their family, for everyone. And he treats every single one of the victims that he comes across as equals. And I can't tell you that real life homicide detectives do or don't do this, because I don't know. I don't know the answer. And I would hope that they would. But you never know, because we're all human beings and we all have biases and things like that. But Bosch on Amazon is simply as good as it gets on TV right now. And that is not only in the crime drama, that's anything else going on. And this is a show if you're really interested in seeing, getting a glimpse into the criminal justice system and detective work and police work and policing and all this stuff, investigations, all this stuff, then I think this would be a good show to watch. And it's based off of a series that is simply as good as anything written today. Michael Connelly is not only a great crime writer, he's as good a writer as anybody today, and I will put that to anything. He doesn't just fit into this little mystery crime police procedural genre. He is great. The show that he executive produces is great, and Amazon has done a fine job of adapting this character that so many millions of people have been waiting to see on screen. And so that is all I have for you today. Bosch Season 2 is on Amazon right now. And like I said, you have to be an Amazon Prime member to watch it. So if this is something you'd be interested in, I would definitely recommend the show. And if you really like Season 1 and Season 2, then no doubt about it, you should definitely start the books. That's all I have for you today. Tell me in the comments if you've seen anything about Bosch Season 1 or Season 2, what you thought of it, and I will see you next time.